all of the emotion of your tenure there, Jobs out the door, Sculley out the door, you know, just the history of it to come to this point last night. What did it signal to you?
Well, what it signaled to me is that Tim Cook is now starting to put in his style of management in a company that is still going to be driven by great innovation, but it may not be the huge creative leaps that Steve was able to make in the past, but it's still going to be a great innovative company. And he put a floor on the stock price, I believe, with the financial decisions he made. And I think he's now got to do what he did on the call last night with the analysts and tell the story about how strong Apple is with software and services. It's a $16 billion business. It doesn't get fair valuation in the market.
Well, let's check in to see what the Twitter sphere thinks of Apple and its cash call. Our Twitter question was, we asked, did Apple make the right call on its cash? And one responder said he would have liked to see Apple invest more in R&D, research and development, such as $50 billion. But I guess getting cash in my pocket isn't the worst outcome. How about this one? W.A. Foster says, I believe Apple dropped the ball, especially if one takes the position that today's Apple could become yesterday's IBM. An interesting take there, given that comparison between new tech and old tech.
But John, it's fascinating to see this cultural change. Will the hallways of Cupertino change? Will the employees and the senior management act differently because it's tending towards a blue chip ethos?
I don't think so. I think Apple has a set of first principles that have been there since I worked with Steve 30 years ago. He left behind a legacy, a great management team. I see a lot of great innovation still to come from Apple. The challenge they have is they got to get through the next 2 quarters, hold the stock at $400, and I think you're going to see some great products.
Should they be a Dow component? Should they be in the Dow?
I'm not qualified to answer that, but I
got to make some news here. Please, should they be in the Dow?
I just want to point out, though, John Sculley, we talk about the return to cash, we talk about the innovation. What we saw in the earnings that is being masked by these announcements is the first year-on-year profit decline in about a decade, the rarity of this miss.
Yeah, well, sure, but they have to offset that with other news, and I think they did have a lot of news. But the thing which didn't get the same level of attention was that iTunes is selling like crazy.
Yes,
300 million people a day on iCloud. I mean, those are incredible numbers.
I can't figure out iCloud. You're going to have to teach me how to do that.